Niceness is not a fruit of the Spirit. Kindness is. And nice people don't make enemies, and Jesus had lots of enemies. Jesus cared about truth and righteousness more than making and keeping friends. For one thing, Jesus had no patience for unrepentant, greedy, prideful, and selfish men or women who took advantage of others. When he saw money changers and merchants selling animals in the temple courtyard, he made a whip, drove them from the temple area, and overturned their tables. It's in John chapter 2. This was not in a fit of uncontrolled rage. Jesus didn't run through the courtyard screaming and flipping cages, which would have hurt the animals. Instead, Jesus was totally in control. He took the time to make a cord with which to herd the larger animals out of the courtyard. He overturned money-changing tables and ordered the people to take their bird cages out so the birds would not be injured, and barred them from coming back in to exploit the temple visitors. So he didn't care that he was inconveniencing and offending people or messing up their business. They were the ones who were wrong for desecrating a holy space by daring to use their wrongful business practices on humble travelers who only wanted to worship God, and he wasn't afraid to call them out and stop them. Jesus also had no patience for religious hypocrites. He criticized the Jewish religious leaders for holding on to empty traditions while ignoring their fellow human beings' very real needs. He demonstrated through his example how true religious leaders ought to behave, how they ought to care for those under their authority. Some of the things he said to these oppressors could not be described as nice in any way, but Jesus didn't care about being nice. He cared about truth and righteousness, about waking the religious leaders up to their selfishness, their pride, their hypocrisy, and giving them a chance to repent and behave godly. At times, people can be won over with gentle words. At times, they need the truth spoken to them to help wake them up. Jesus did both. During Jesus' 3.5 years of ministry, Jesus touched and he healed social outcasts. He defended women who were being criticized by arrogant men. He raised the dead, but he also made a lot of people mad, so much so that they eventually killed him. From a young age, most children are taught to be nice, which includes everything from being polite, say thank you, don't ask awkward questions, don't talk about religion or politics during dinner parties, or to overlook those who are in sin. We also forget it's possible to act nice